Hey guys, haven't put a video out in a while, I know, and normally we would talk about stuff like this at like a team meeting or something, but the haunted farm didn't happen, unfortunately, just because of weather. So I just want to put this out really quickly. It is something that we want to talk about at our next team meeting, but I feel like it needs to be addressed quicker. So in the past couple of days, I've gotten a lot of phone calls from upset guests. And they're upset at a couple different things. So I just want to talk about that, and let's try to figure out what we can do to prevent stuff like that happening in the future. Okay. So there's really two big things that I'm going to hit on. The first one is making sure that we're all setting an equal expectation and that we're answering the guests' questions in the same way. Okay. All the calls I got, the problem started from one person answering their question one way, and then they find out it's actually a different way, or somebody else tells them something different. So it's why I require that when people ask, what is our hardest room? It's why I require that we don't give an answer for a specific room. Okay. I don't care how hard it is to say that. You have to say that. You cannot say hostage is easiest, mystery mansion is hardest, or whatever. We're not going to say that anymore, guys. Just so we had made that clear a while back, but I think it's still happening. So whenever people are asking that, hey, what's the hardest game? What's the easiest game? We don't give a specific answer. We want to stand by our way of game mastering, which is every group is different, and the game master should be evaluating that group prior to the game. And you should be finding out their escape room experience. If you don't find out their escape room experience, and if you don't find out what they're expecting from the game, you might game master it completely wrong, and that's where issues come into play. So it starts with making sure that before the game, we set the expectation accurately as to what they're going to experience in the game. So when people ask questions, those FAQs, so to speak, about games, we have to answer them all the same way, period. Okay? You can't just go off of your personal thoughts and recommendations on the games, all right? That's just not how we operate, okay? So if you have questions as to how to answer those things, you need to come to me right now. And I'm going to actually put up a little FAQ document on Slack so everybody can see. I'll type out some very common questions that you get from guests. And that way everybody knows and is on the same page of how to answer those, okay? So part number 2 is paying attention during games. Also, all these calls I got in the past couple of days from groups that were frustrated, they all mentioned that they felt like the game master wasn't paying attention, okay? And something we've been seeing on the Nest cameras a lot lately is people's phones out and people turn sideways to where the screen is to their side for the game and they're not watching, okay? And we see a lot of people watching videos and playing games on your phone. So something new that we're going to be doing as soon as they come in the mail is we are going to get a little phone stand for each game master desk, and it's going to be put right in front of the screen and secured to the desk right in front of the game master screen. And the new policy and rule is going to be that your phone is not to be touched unless it is sitting in that holder, okay? If your phone is being used and messed with and it is anywhere but that stand, the assistant manager or myself on duty, we're just going to have you put it away for the rest of the shift, or we'll take it away if it really has to come to that. But we trust you guys to be able to handle that on your own. So let's start with it like that, okay? Anytime you want to use your phone, it needs to be in the holder that is going to be underneath the screen for each game master desk, okay? And that's so that your eyes aren't going very far from the screen, okay? And you still need to abide by the initial rule, which is just because it's there now doesn't mean that you can sit there and scroll through it the entire game. You need to be constantly paying attention to the game, all right? A lot of these bad experiences that people had, they mentioned very specifically that they got stuck on a part of the game and they were left there to kind of dangle for 15 and 20 minutes. Okay. And when I go back and watch the cameras of the games, they're telling the truth of that is what was happening. in a couple of the rooms where you start outside of the game, kind of like Mystery Mansion and Heist, they sat in there for 15-20 minutes with not really any help from the game master, and then I see the game master sitting on their phone. Okay, so those are things that we have to control, and we have to get those right, guys. All right, if we get those little things right, the guests will be more forgiving about, oh, the lock just didn't work, and we can't do anything about that sometimes, and we'll never be upset that something just randomly broke. We can't, it's going to happen. All right. But these are things that we definitely should be able to control and prevent. All right. So I need you to do two things. I need you to check out that FAQ document when I put it up. I'm finishing working on it right now. So when I get it up, I'll put it on Slack. Please check it out. Watch this video and like it after you're done, so I know everybody's watched it by the end of the day today. Okay. And then also, you liking this video is going to act as kind of our pact that we're all going to abide by this new phone rule when we're running games, okay? And that we're going to really up our attention level on the games, okay? And give the guests what they deserve, because as I mentioned to you guys at our last team meeting, it's very expensive to play games at Breakout, and I don't think any of us can go and just throw $100 away right now, and we can't expect them to feel the same way, okay? So give them their money's worth, guys. Pay attention to the games, and make sure that we all can answer those questions the same way, and that we are all setting the same expectation. And when we're doing that, the games will run much smoother, okay? Thank you guys for listening, and please remember to give this a like and check out the FAQ document when I get it up on Slack. Thank you.